Has everybody seen red tails sitting on the side of the road on power poles or on street lamps and everything? So what they're doing there, these birds are not really picky eaters, so they're just sitting and kind of waiting. They're kind of like cats when they hunt, I like to think. So they'll just sit and wait for the opportunity of something to come across the road. It could be a bird, it could be a mammal, a reptile, an amphibian. They're not picky eaters. They'll eat just about anything. And so they're just waiting for something to come across that road, and then they'll pounce like a cat does and swoop down and grab that prey off of the road.
This was just this morning, and he seems this calm with you holding him.
Yeah.
Wow.
So what kind of, how their nests are typically, because we have some that nest by us.
Okay.
And I'm just wondering, what is there a typical tree or how high? Do you know any of that?
I
Any of the
don't.
nesting stuff? Okay.
I really don't know much
Okay.
about the nests here.
Okay.
Red tails,
I
exactly.
mean, I know like a bald eagle's nest and all
Yeah.
that because we have one of those close to
Yeah.
us too, but
Yeah. Suppose if it
they're
was
not a
maybe it was just-
scavenger in
no,
that sense
no,
then.
No.
Okay.
Did you have a question in the back?
Do you know if they return to the same nest year after year?
You do. Yeah.
So it's
A lot of times they're more loyal to their nest a lot of times than to their mate. At least that's for some birds. Is that true also for red tails?
Red tails, I'm not sure if they're true or if they have true nest site fidelity where they return year after year after year. Some might, but it's not for sure like year after year after year. But there are cases of
Yeah.
them returning. Yep.
Okay.
And so now he's all on his own and he's not very old.
Yeah.
Oh
Exactly.
wow.
Yeah.
Maybe 4 months old, 5 months old.
Take some pictures of you and send you a whole information packet in the mail about your bird. And then if this bird is ever caught or captured somewhere else again or found somewhere again, you'll get information about where and when that was done. We are a private nonprofit, so this makes up a great deal of the money that we need for our research and education to continue on. So if anybody's interested, it is a $50 donation to do this, but it's a very unique opportunity.
That's beautiful. Wow.
I'm actually going to release right here. So
Okay.
Step right
Whoops.
Come on
Okay.
tight.
Okay.
And we're going to get a release shot. So
Okay.
on 3, we're going to take a picture. But on
Okay.
3, you're going to kind of give it a grainy shot.
Okay.
So give it quite a big boost.
Okay.
And release that 3.
Okay.
So I'm going to count for you, and then Eric's going to
Okay.
give it a nice shot too.
Okay.
We're going to take a
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
1,
1,
2, 3.
Oh, go, go. Oh, nice. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you. Yeah, from the minute I thought I didn't squish it enough that it was going to hit those trees.
Oh no, that's totally fine.
Okay.
Does everybody want to come over and look? You do with that big smile on your face.
We have a different kind of bird over here. If anybody would like to come on over and see it.
Being so dark back. Some red tails have more like white flecks in the upper area. May I see the tail?
Ooh.
Yeah, two,
Whoa.
and not only that,
Whoa.
two different things. Come on in. Come on in. Want me to talk first? Sure. We have here, we've seen a couple of these already in the hand this morning. Does anybody know?
The immature red-tailed hawk.
Immature red-tailed hawk. Red-tailed hawks are in the Buteo group. They have really big, broad, soaring wings, and they spend a lot of their time soaring. They are common in the Midwest, not so much in the forested areas, but in farmland. You'll see them often sitting on telephone poles or whatever. They're just scoping out the area, kind of like a cat. I like your thought there, like a cat waiting to pounce on whatever it finds. When they're flying, I like to point this out because they are fairly common in the Midwest. I like to point out how you can kind of tell what they are when they're flying. And there's 2 or 3 distinguishing characteristics. Hey, Brent. Oh, okay. One of them is this dark mark right here. We call that a patagial mark. And that's one of the things you can see when they're flying around. The other thing is this right here. We call that a wrist comma. So when you're seeing them, say over a cornfield or whatever, and you look up, you might catch that dark patagial mark and the wrist comma. Another way you can tell what they are sometimes, because red tails have a lot of, they're very diverse in coloration, and so you can't always use this one. Often though, they are white right underneath their head, So like this is all white, and then they've got what we call a belly band. And so if they're flying around, you can see the belly band, the potato mark, and the wrist comma. You know you've got a red tail. You can't always tell by their tail, because this one does not have a red tail. They don't get their red tail until they hit about 2. And even if they do have a red tail, even if they are an adult, if they're flying around and you're looking at the bottom of them, you can't always see that really nice red. You can see the real red. So even if you don't see the red tail, those other markings can help you know that it's a red tail. Okay.
Okay, now we're gonna talk about this guy. A little different. This is from a completely different family of birds. This is part of the accipiter group. This is a northern goshawk, so the largest of the accipiters that we get here. I can show you its wing. You saw how the wing on that one was quite broad. So in comparison, you can see this one's pretty short and rounded in comparison to its body. You can see in comparison to that tail, if you could actually almost draw a straight line from the tip of the wing to the tip of the tail, so you can see how short that wing is and how long and skinny that tail is. This one will actually, it'll feed mainly upon, oh no, don't start. So, it'll feed mainly upon a ruffed grouse, but also snowshoe hare. And these ones actually, their population kind of go along with that boom and bust cycle of that snowshoe hare. And I think we're almost close to a peak within the population of these, as well as with the snowshoe hare then, because it does directly relate with those. Like I said, these are the woodland hawks, and so with that really long tail that they have, that's really helpful for them when they're chasing after their prey within the woods, because they can use that as a rudder to change direction really quickly, and also almost as a third wing, so that they can flap to change direction when they're going through shrubs and through trees. And so we were actually world renowned for the amount of goshawks we get coming through here. So people a lot of times come all over the country just to see these goshawks. It's a really rare bird to see. Some hawk places are lucky to see maybe a dozen of them in a year, and we get hundreds of them coming past here, and we're lucky enough to have them in the hand here, so it's really a nice treat. And this is a juvenile. This is its first year migrating. It was just born a couple months ago, and the easiest way to tell that is by its features, its brown color on the back, as well as that vertical striping on its front, and that yellow eye color. As this bird gets older, that brown on the back is going to turn a slate gray color, and that barring on the front is going to become more horizontal and more filled in, and those eyes, next year they'll be kind of a pumpkin-y orange color, and the year after that they're going to be kind of a maroon red color, almost the color of that jacket right there. So it's a very easy way to be able to age these accipiters, is by just that eye color alone.
He as a mature.
This is full grown.
That is a full grown
Yes.
one.
Yeah.
Does he talk a lot?
They're highly aggressive birds usually. Some of them are up here and we have to put them back. And they're, oh, it's gonna start now. We have to put them back. See, there you go. So we just put them back in here now. They're visually stimulated, so try and calm them down.
Maybe it'll calm down. So she mentioned that the eye color changes from yellow to orange to red as goshawks get older. That is not true for bootios. It's true for all the accipiters, but not for bootios or any of the other raptors. These will go from this light, turn that way.
Green?
Yeah, kind of a light green to kind of a brown. It won't be chocolate brown, but it'll be brown.
Is that an immature too?
This is also an immature. So both of these birds were hatched out this year, and they're making this migration first time ever all by themselves, and they know what they're doing. Don't do that. Each bird has an individual number, a number that no other bird is going to have. So like our social security numbers. So if this bird is ever recaught, they can look that number up and find out exactly where it was caught, what was going on with it at the time. There's one really cool thing that I want to show you about all of these raptors. They have incredible eyes. They have really incredible eyesight so that they can see their prey. But they can't move their eyes in their sockets. They're just set in their sockets. We can go up and down and around. They can't do that. So instead, they have an adaptation that allows them to move their bodies. And so they will get their eyes kind of locked on their prey. They don't have to take their eyes off their prey when they maneuver their flying. They can just move their bodies. The way that works is they've got extra vertebrae in their neck, more than we do. We have 7 vertebrae, they have 14. And it makes them really maneuverable. Can you get that one to turn his head around?
Kind of like this.
He's around. They can't go all the way around, and you know, I thought as a kid, I thought owls could go all the way around. They can't either. It's a 270, 3/4 of the way thing. But they can go back, and they can. These aren't being. Sometimes the bird. Sometimes it's really dramatic, and they'll follow our hand when they're young, because the band will never get too small. Is there anybody on the
Nope.
list?
We're both available.
They're
if
both
anybody's
available.
interested.
So is anybody interested in this incredible opportunity? You won't be here tomorrow or next day. Why don't you do it? Or next week.
I'll do the red hot.
Would you like to do the red tail? Oh, cool. Come on over. Advisor.
Oh, I see. I see them.
Yeah, just real ridges.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
spend a lot of time soaring, and so they.
We build
Vehicle behind you guys. Yeah, okay, the old
Grandma.
jock shot they call it or something.
Okay, so we're going to get a picture of this on 3. You're going to just
Okay.
okay? All right. Whenever you're ready, go.
Get it on the way.
Sure.
1, 2, 3.
Whoa, he's a happy bird.
Whoa. They're pretty, so we're very lucky.
Okay, right-handed?
Yes.
All right. Keep that hand down for just a moment. This guy's pretty strong.
Okay.
You gotta hang on tight though here.
Yeah, you do. Okay, and then bring your other hand up.
Yeah, it's amazing when you feel that.
They do jerk. They jerk their wings.
Yes.
Yep, on the count of 3. Okay, and give them a big
Okay.
shot. It matters to get them up more than out. Okay?
Up more than out.
Up more than out.
I was-
Okay.
I could do that pretty well when I was young.
You know I could too. All right, we're all going
Are
to
y'all
count
ready?
together. We're going to count to 3 and send this bird off. 1, 2, 3.
I think I got its tail.
Oh, he's coming back.
Oh, he likes it
It likes you.
Oh, he's going
Likes you,
after that
darling.
owl. Look at it. Oh, yeah. They often go after the owls because owls will eat nestlings out of other birds' nests. So they're used to